Do this if you want to win VR&E fast. Hey veterans, Ben Krause here. If you're trying to get VR&E approved fast and you're after the shutdown now, listen closely. Most veterans get denied because their claim package is weak. But with a few tweaks, we can flip a potential denial into an approval and sometimes even get grad school or other career retraining fully funded. And if things go sideways, well, guess what? There's a problem with the VRE counselor. Management decides to deny your claim, something like that. Hey, we got you covered at the law firm too. So it's all good either way, but hopefully, you don't need us. So let's take a little bit of time to jump into it, to building a decision-ready VR&E claim package that gets results. Here we go. Step 1, define your vocational goal. Now, this is where veterans fail the most. Do not submit a vague vocational goal like, I just want school, or I want training, or I want a degree in X, whatever. Those almost always get denied if there's nothing else there. You need a clear, specific job title in your plan. Essentially, you just reverse engineer the training that you want to get, right, from that particular vocational goal, which is an occupation, backwards, reverse engineer through the training that you desire and put it all together in your package, right? That's how you have to think about this. Most veterans get caught up on the training without thinking like, oh, I want to go to law school because I want to be an attorney. They just don't point that out and they stop with law school. I'm not sure why, it's just how it is. So pick one job title, one job. Not 3, not 5, just 1. Now, I realize VR&E might ask you for 3 to 5 possible jobs or goals, and that's fine. Give them what they ask for, but keep a primary goal in front and center. And just kind of remember this joke, and it's kind of true. There are about 50 shades of attorney, okay? But every one of them still leads through law school. You still need a Juris Doctor to get there, right? There's a lot of different types of careers for somebody that has a law degree, not just an attorney, and it leads you right through the same path either way. But the same is true for VR&E. Have one primary path and everything else is just kind of backup. If you want help researching your careers, there is a detailed course and downloadable PDF for job research and how to present, things like that. I'll leave it in the link below in the video. Step 2, prove your current job is medically unsuitable. So this is like the number 2 reason why veterans don't get approved, but it's super important to get right. Otherwise, you're not going to make it through the employment handicap process. So you have to show VA, because of my service-connected disabilities, I cannot gain and maintain suitable employment in my current field, right? Or employment in my current field aggravates my service-connected disabilities, and explain why, okay? You have to connect the dots for them. They're busy. They're not going to have time to do it themselves, unfortunately. Now, this type of thing in the evidence would include a short personal statement on a Word document, and do your best to pre-fill the VA Form 28-1902W. They'll probably give you something like that. And do your best to explain your disabilities there. Do it accurately, make sure that it's an accurate and true statement, of course. But this is the information that you need to help the VRC, the Vocational Rehabilitation Counselor, understand. You can go get a doctor or therapy note that might support it, maybe a letter from your physician if they agree. Get evidence of certain job loss applications to jobs that are denied, where you get rejected, or even just showing that you were applying without success. Performance warnings, reduced hours, letter from a supervisor if they're comfortable doing that, but most often they won't because of certain legal requirements within their human resources, so don't count on that. This establishes, meaning the evidence establishes, your employment handicap, which is really the core of VR&E entitlement. You have to have an employment handicap. The next part, of course, is to see if that is a serious employment handicap, which will, in some cases, entitle you to greater than 48 months of entitlement for training. And if the counselor completely ignores the evidence, which happens all the time, and denies your case, well, guess what? That's where a law firm like ours can come in and help. So don't worry about it. Just go in there, do your best, and then if you get denied, you can reach out to somebody who's competent and qualified that you trust, who can help you win your appeal. Now, step 3, tie your disabilities to your training need, right? So again, you have to connect the dots. You have to put it together for the VR counselor because they only have a few minutes to evaluate your case. It's not a lot of time. They have probably 200 and some odd cases right now. So you're going to need to do the legwork for you. Should you have to do that? Probably not, but it's just kind of how it is right now. So the VA needs to see the connection, and you're the only one that knows you as well as you do. The VR counselor has no idea about you other than what they can read from your file. So here's some examples of what I mean. So things like my PTSD limits my ability to work in chaotic work environments or high stress environments or high quotas, right? My back condition prevents me from sitting or standing for a long period of time, assuming that's true. Or my migraines interfere with working in a fast-paced work setting or certain type of corporate environments. So then you connect it through the type of training, right? Next part. The training I'm requesting is necessary for me to obtain employment consistent with my aptitudes, abilities, and interests, right? This is essentially connected with your disabilities. So this is, one sentence that could win your case. So really pay a lot of attention. Now we got step 4. Attach a mini evidence packet for your initial appointment with a counselor. So this is what we're calling just the decision review ready package. So it's a small, clean packet. The reviewer can approve without digging around, right? Without sending you back. Hopefully they can approve right on the spot. Of course, if you need help with your vocational goal, they're supposed to help you with that too. So if you don't really know what you want, but you definitely, think that you may need some kind of retraining, that's okay. The counselor should help you with that as well. So don't worry about it too much. So go in there with your vocational goal, go in there with your personal statement, with the filled out 1902W to help connect the dots. Medical records, if any, that are related to your limitations that aren't already in your file. I guarantee you, if it's in your file, they already have access to it. So I wouldn't, can basically encourage you to resubmit a ton of things and paper your file with duplicate copies. Bring in proof of your current job status or proof that if you are employed, that it's not a suitable job, show why it's aggravating your disabilities. Bring in your resume, bring in failed job applications, right? So that's an email, a bunch of emails, hopefully, like 30, 40, 50, maybe more, applications for jobs. And definitely any times that you receive rejection letters or emails where they went with a different candidate. Definitely, that's good evidence. Bring that in, make sure they have it. And if you don't have it handy, but you're in the meeting, you just want to make sure you point out, I have applied to a lot of jobs, assuming that's true, of course, just to make sure that it's in the file somewhere. You told it to them, and if they don't consider it or they don't develop that evidence, that might be room for an appeal later. Bring in school programs that you think might be good for the type of training that you need to get your vocational goal. Any past VR&E documents that are missed should be in the file. Sometimes they're missing or sometimes they've been destroyed for whatever reason by the agency, but they should have everything now in their digital system. Try to keep your package between 5 to 10 pages total. So if you have, let's say 200 job applications, you don't need to bring those all in at once. Just summarize what's in there. Maybe bring a couple examples just to show that you did it. And if they have other questions, they'll ask you to bring that in later. So don't worry about it. They'll bring it in later, assuming that the counselor is doing the right job. Now, step 5, present it like a professional. So email your counselor. Attached is my decision ready claim packet for VR&E. Please confirm receipt and schedule my initial evaluation. I'm requesting VR&E services because of my serious employment handicap or because I believe I have a serious employment handicap, something like that. That's fine. And you can then attach your PDF, but make sure the PDF is not huge, meaning not a lot of megabytes, because if it's too big, it'll get stripped out by VA's email servers and it won't make it. So they won't get it. So you want to email it in, verify that it's received. If it doesn't go through for whatever reason, just fax it in. Fax it into the evidence intake center where you would normally send in your comp and pension documents. Fax it there and it'll show up in your VBMS file. Just let them know that it's there. Now, this will make you look organized, unlike 90% of applicants that don't even know what VRE is. So it could also help showing that your package is clean. And if there's an issue with feet dragging, well, that's kind of on them. You've already done the best that you can do. But if they do drag their feet, then you reach out kindly, email, maybe every 4 days, something like that, just to check in. Hey, I want to see where things are at. Let me know if you need any additional information. Right? During your evaluation, maybe they brought up something that you were concerned about. So you want to address it in a subsequent email, assuming they don't deny you on the spot. All right. And 6, what if your counselor doesn't respond? So let's say after this appointment, you respond a few times and you don't get a decision back. Hey, don't worry. They're overworked right now and they have huge backlogs to deal with. So all you do is you follow up. Maybe if you haven't heard back in about 14 days, you follow up maybe every 5 business days, maybe every Friday, every Thursday, something like that, and try to keep your email on the top of their inbox. Do that a few times. Hopefully they'll get back to you. Just realize they're going to be really busy, okay? And that is not unusual at the moment. So it is totally normal. If it is taking many, many months after your first appointment and you haven't got a decision back, reach out to your congressman or woman and or senator and file a congressional inquiry to get the ball rolling, okay? So don't feel like you're out of luck. This is just what you need to do, but use it sparingly, okay? It's kind of a one and done kind of a deal, okay? So in closing, you can do this, you can win this. Most VRE denials happen before the veteran ever submits evidence. Why is that? Because they don't often submit evidence at all. They don't get prepared for what they're doing. So this quick start method will put you in front of 90% of the veterans because most of them don't do it. It'll elevate your claim to the attention of the counselor, to the attention of their management, and hopefully demonstrate that you got what it takes to get the graduate degree training accomplished, whatever it is, law school, doctorate, whatever. But make sure that when you submit your packet, right, this is the part of the evidence that's super important. Make sure that the counselor actually gets it. Make sure they confirm getting it. I've seen this a number of times. Veteran submits evidence, it gets filtered out somehow in the email. They don't get it. So you want to confirm in email, did you get that? Definitely make sure. But if you need more help, more information, templates, help with job research, things like that, look below this video because I'll have a link in there in the description about our more detailed course with a downloadable PDF. That's going to be in the description here. So just check it out if you need more information. And again, if you get denied, hey man, we got you covered too. Hit us up at Krause Law, put my name in Google search and you'll be able to find me for VR&E. No problem. I'm one of the only attorneys in the country with this practice area. So reach out. Happy to talk if there's an issue. No obligation. Call with our team and we'll see if we can help out. If not, we'll point you in the right direction. So let's get together, folks. Make sure that your VRE claim gets approved. Do everything you can because it's up to you. Nobody's going to care more about your claim than you. So until next time, this is a Veteran Rights Podcast. My name is Benjamin Krause. Definitely tune in next time. Look forward to seeing you on the other side. Join our Facebook group, Disabled Veterans Chapter 31 Voc Rehab. It's the largest Facebook group like it of its kind. Also, hit us up, disabledveterans.org. Take care.